Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends and the show that will not be cancelled, but they try. But this is People Power. Sky TV, as I've told you before, continue to block our adverts. And now a famous radio station is doing the same. And we think another TV station. So we are going to let all of you know who these people are. Who these wokey people who want you to listen to their woke idealisticness. Is that a word? I don't know. Well, listen, we're proving them wrong because there's thousands and thousands of people signing up to Ustream, enabling us to speak up for you and enabling us to make programs that we think is right, not what some woke idiot sitting in some ivory tower can decide what people, especially working class people, especially people that like a laugh, can have. Ustream will make you laugh your head off and your knickers will dry out the next day. So when all this stuff is going on, you know what's taking people's mind off of these things? Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll ban Jim Davidson. We won't let the public see Ustream. We'll try our best to get it shut down. But they won't shut it down, and they can't shut it down because you won't allow it. So I thank you for that. And hang on then, why don't we call it Immigrant TV? I'll have 120,000 sign-ups tomorrow, wouldn't I, eh? How many came over the channel in the last couple of days? It's as flat as a witch's tit. You know, what is it all about? And I think that Mayor Khan, you know little Khan, the wrath of Khan, well, you know what I think of him. I think he's absolutely useless. Will he get voted out? No. I don't think there's enough people that look different to him in London to make that happen. Is it because he's of Pakistani origin and a Muslim that I don't like him? No. It's because he's an arsehole, I believe he is. I think he's getting things wrong. I think he's like a little mini dictator. He should nip off over and see old Putin and sit and have a little chat and see what else they could do to make our lives more ridiculous and awful. London has gone. London finished, gone. Never mind what's going on in Ukraine. I think London gone beyond all recognition. And what's he doing now? He's expanding the goneness. ULEZ. What does that mean, ULEZ? Ultra lefty erogenous zone. Yeah. Well, do you know what an erogenous zone is? It's a C word thing, and he's an ultra lefty one. So there. So what we got now is vigilantes smashing up these erogenous zone cameras. So vigilantes are going around with their hoods. For once, a hood is coming in useful. And all of us here at Ustream do not condone any vandalism. We'd like to make that right. People who smash up those ULEZ cameras, it's bad. And we do not support you. However, we feel your frustration. And we also feel that if your frustration was to spread to speed cameras, then you've got more targets. But we're not condoning it. We're not condoning it. Perhaps you just go up and spray them with black paint. No, we think that's wrong. And if we catch any of you doing it, you'll be in trouble. Don't you worry about that. You'll be put on one of those millions of dinghies that are left floating around the country and pushed out to sea, only to be rescued by the French lifeboat and taken to Paris for a good old laugh. Here we go then. So talking of speed cameras, you know I've lost my driving licence now. I lost it for a year. And I'll tell you for why. It's not drinking or driving or anything. It's the totting up situation. So I had 12 points over 3 years, okay? But I had 12 points within a 3-year period, so I got a 12-month ban. And I told the magistrate, who didn't care, a toss, the 3 magistrates, that it's going to cost me an absolute fortune. They looked at me as if I was a multi-millionaire playing stadiums. And so far, I worked it out the other day, it has cost me £20,000 in taxis, hotels, stuff and whatever. Do you know how much it costs to get to Great Yarmouth and back on a Sunday? Well, forget it. It's worth more than Lowestoft, which is just next to Great Yarmouth and where Jake comes from, so I better screw them up a little bit. So this ban, 6 months, I'll get my licence back in November, it's cost me 10 grand, loss of work and mental illness and a marriage. Well, I suppose 3 out of 4 is not bad. Okay, now, while we're at it, the case of marriage, yes, the divorce is still going through. It's taken a while now, and I've got to move on. So I've noticed here today in the paper, and if anyone can help me here with a phone number, it's very important. Kevin Costner's wife. She's quite a nice looking girl. Her name's Christine Burgermaker. Something. I think she works at Wimpy, making a comeback. 40,000 a month she's on maintenance, right? She's paying $40,000 a month for her. Well, she's not paying. Mr. Costner is paying, of course, allegedly. And I just wondered if she's got room for me, because we did bump into Kevin Costner once up in Scotland at Glen Eagles, and my ex-wife to be, and me, and she was dripping for a week. I don't wish that to sound as rude as it was, but she'd got there was a rainbow coming out of her when she saw Kevin Costner. So I think the swap could be on. All right, perhaps not. Right then, okay, talking of moving on, I've moved, and I've never been so made to feel welcome in a village as I have in this one. I'm not going to tell you where it is, you'll find out where it is. And no, but I have been made so welcome by people who realise it's difficult moving at my age, and I've been made more welcome than a dingy immigrant crossing the channel being met by the whole of the Labour Party on the beach and a group of HR lawyers. So I'd like to thank that village. You know who you are. And finally, there'll be more on Ustream in a minute. We're going to do two separate bits. Ustream and YouTube we're going to keep separate now. Different bits, bit longer, half an hour maybe on Ustream, twice a week, with more people to come. You should join up. Join up. You'll love it. It's £3.50. How much is it a week? A month?
A month, $4.79.
How much is that a week? 80p.
Something like that, yeah.
80p. What can you buy for 80p? Not much, really. What can you buy for 80p? Hot dog?
Nothing.
Cold dog. You can get a cold dog. All of us here on Ustream, and there'll be a bit of a tribute in a minute on Ustream, our proper channel. Go to ustream.com. Immediately, we need to say goodbye to Denzel Connick. Denzel has been a mate of mine for 40 years, and he's been a bit of a hero. He got blown up by the Argentinians on the day before the surrender of the Falklands War in 1982, and he's been my mate ever since. Not only has he been a mate, he also helped to form, one of the founders of the South Atlantic Medal Association. He'd just been given the British Empire Medal by the King a while ago, and he sadly succumbed to cancer. The Argentinians blew his leg off, but they couldn't get him. But the little germs did. And so we say goodbye to Denzel. Here's me talking about him in Cyprus. You can see this on Ustream, of course. And we'll leave you with just a little clip of my wonderful friend, Denzel. And next week we'll be showing a nice half-hour tribute, which we're going to put on Ustream. So you're very welcome to come along and have a little look at that. We might put it on YouTube as well. Because I know the last thing I want is for you to say, oh, you're trying to cash in on your mate's death. And I'm sorry for fiddling with me pen. See you, Denzel, old boy. Denzel lost his leg, okay? And the great sense of humour. Denzel was even doing jokes as his lifeblood was flowing away. Thank God that Surgeon Commander Rick Jolly and his team pumped about fucking 4 million gallons of blood into the fucker. Yes, they finally got all that booze out of him. But the medic came over and said, Denzel, you've lost your leg. No, I think it's behind that fucking rock over there, he said.
You did.
Yeah. Right. Fucking hell. Now tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
That's how long he'd been on the ICs.
Yeah.
Absolutely, mate.
And we won't forget them.
It's not designed to be forgotten. They're not designed to be forgotten. All the very best, mate. The 3rd Battalion.
The 3rd Battalion.